Finally, we don't need to listen to Amber Cox speculate about her health. We don't need to listen to Stephanie White speculate about her health. Straight from the horse's mouth herself, Caitlyn Clark reveals she is 100% healthy, good to go, ready to go, back in action.
Caitlyn Clark did not just play in a friendly pro-am. She walked into an LPGA event, and in one single afternoon, she utterly destroyed the golf world and turned a simple invite into a true full-on takeover.
Well, we know it seems like whatever Caitlyn Clark puts her mind to do, she can accomplish about anything, at least when it comes to two things, golfing and basketball. I mean, she's a natural athlete, let's be honest. And today was the Annika Pro-Am, and there's a lot of content that's come out of that.
Picture this: Pelican Golf Club at the Annika Pro-Am. The sun is fully out, the fairways are so perfect, and the first tee is wrapped with fans like it is a Sunday at a major. But they are not at all chanting for an LPGA legend. They are in fact screaming for Caitlyn Clark of the Indiana Fever. She is in a full Nike outfit, a fresh hat, proper shoes, her own bag, her own clubs, no rental set whatsoever, no casual hoodie, no, oh, I will just hack it around for fun.
So Caitlyn Clark is back golfing. She is back golfing for the first time in I don't know how long, but she's golfing. She's yeah, that's a positive thing. It's the Annika tournament which she played in last year. But this year is a little bit different, so let's take a look at all the clips from this so far. Jesus, it's pretty packed with her just on the practice range. Better swing than mine anyway.
Better swing than mine is anyway. From the moment she steps onto that tee, she looks exactly like she belongs in this world. And here is the truly crazy part. Everyone online seems to think this story is just about one viral putt, that huge breaker on 18 that simply blew up on social media.
Wednesday Pro-Am, here is Caitlyn at the 10th. Yeah.
Looks like she was able to put into work a little bit of what Jamie was telling her release that.
We got Caitlyn Clark walking down to the 18th hole. Wind blowing 14 miles an hour out of the northeast. A beautiful sunny day. I mean, this putt is unbelievable. Look at this freaking putt. Wow. Wow. Unbelievable. Caitlyn Clark's got real talent, folks.
But that big putt is only the surface. What really happened that one day opened a brand new lane for Caitlyn, and it should absolutely terrify the WNBA, because while the golf world is busy rolling out the red carpet and treating her like Tiger Woods, her own league is still just arguing about how much attention she is allowed to have. Let's start with all the golf itself. The cameras cut to Caitlyn on the 10th. The commentators are carefully watching her swing, and they are not laughing. They are very impressed. One of them says, "This is not a basketball player messing around on a golf course. This is really someone who has been putting in the real work. Her swing is so smooth, balanced, and controlled. She releases the club properly. She holds her finish and walks after the ball like she has done this for many years. By the time she reaches 18, the wind is howling about 14 miles an hour right in her face. Most celebrity guests would just be happy to get the ball somewhere on the green. Caitlyn just steps up, lines up a long sliding putt, and drains it with thousands of people watching. The crowd erupts. The booth just loses it. This is not a sympathy chair. This is a real amazing golf moment. Right away, she destroys the lazy idea that she is just a hooper having fun. She looks like a legit golfer who just so happens to be one of the best basketball players in the world. But if Caitlyn is the calm in this whole story, Sophie Cunningham is the pure chaos. Sophie and Lexi Hull are out there with her, rocking Fever gear, acting as caddies and as a hype squad. Sophie grabs a club on the tee and goes full Happy Gilmore with a huge running start. She takes a wild swing, the ball flies, and then a spectator goes down. Then 2 or 3 other guys dropped to the grass too, all of them playing it up, just trying to get a moment, maybe even a hug from Sophie.
Guys, this is bad.
I haven't hit a golf club in months.
You got it. I would back up, and I'm not kidding. I killed this squirrel the last time I did this. Oh my god, this is so bad.
You got this.
This is taking me nervous. Sorry. Yeah, guys, come on! Oh, is that bad? Shit! Is that bad? Is that bad?
Nope.
Oh no! Oh no! You got it, bro. Happy Gilmore.
You didn't hit him. He just wants a hug.
He did get it.
He didn't even get hit.
You didn't hit him, he just wants a hug. The internet goes absolutely crazy. People argue in the comments about whether he was really hit or just selling it for show. Clips of Sophie's swing and the injured fan are posted everywhere. It is hilarious, it is totally chaotic, and it proves something really important. Sophie is truly great content. She is pure personality and drama, but Caitlyn is something quite different. She is not viral because she is so loud. She is viral because she is dangerous in any arena you might put her in. And that is where Bryson DeChambeau enters the story. After that putt, after the TV coverage, after the crowd reaction, Bryson starts talking about Caitlyn. He does not just say she is a good golfer. He truly wants her in his world. He invites her to play in his Internet Invitational in 2026. Now at first, that might sound like just another fun side event with some YouTubers and a small trophy. It is not. Bryson's Invitational is a massive content machine. It pulls in ridiculous numbers. On his channel, you see 2.1 million views in 2 days, 2.8 million views 6 days ago, 3.3 million, 4.4 million, 5.9 million over about 2 weeks. That is roughly 16 million views in half a month on one single series before you even count shorts or reposts. Those are not WNBA highlight numbers. Those are truly global creator numbers. So when Bryson says, I want Caitlyn Clark in this field, he is not offering her a cute little cameo. He is offering her a direct line into one of the biggest golf audiences on the entire planet, an event with more than $1 million on the line, and a place beside some of the most watched personalities in the sport. Think about the stark contrast for a second. In the WNBA, Caitlyn gets hacked, shoved, baited, and targeted night after night. Every single game turns into a debate about whether she is overhyped, whether she deserves the calls, whether the league is doing too much or not nearly enough. In golf, she walks onto the tee and they treat her like a main event star. The cameras closely follow her, the commentators break down her solid swing, the crowd chants out her name, and instead of trying to knock her down a peg, the biggest names in the space are actively trying to pull her in. This is why people are starting to use the phrase Tiger Woods treatment when they talk about her in golf. The stage is smaller for now, of course, but the pattern is exactly the same. When she shows up to play, the energy changes. Now just imagine you are Caitlyn. On one side, you have the WNBA. It is the league you fought so hard to reach, the league you are trying to help grow. But it is also a league that has been quite slow to fully embrace you, where your body takes a beating and your peak might only last until your early 30s. On the other side, you have golf and these creator events. Low contact, very high money, huge exposure, and a career runway that can go into your 40s and far beyond. Plus, it is something you clearly enjoy and take quite seriously. You can see why this Annika appearance is bigger than a simple highlight reel. On paper, it was a quiet Wednesday pro-am. In reality, Caitlyn Clark walked into an LPGA event and everything shifted entirely around her. The whole gallery treated her like a superstar. Her teammates turned the fairway into a traveling fever show. She holed a huge putt on live coverage and proved she has some real game. Bryson DeChambeau responded by opening the door to a 16 million view ecosystem and a major 7-figure event. That is exactly what a takeover looks like. She did not have to trash talk anyone at all. She did not have to beg for any attention. She just showed up, played so well and let the numbers speak for her. So what does this all mean for 2026 and beyond? No, Caitlyn is not leaving basketball tomorrow. She is too competitive, too much invested, and she still has so much left to do with the Fever. But she is also very smart. She understands all of her leverage. By building a real presence in golf, she gives herself more options, more income, much more security, more control over her long-term health and personal brand. And here is the awkward truth for the WNBA. The more other sports and creators open their doors to Caitlyn Clark, the less power the league has to treat her like just another player. At the Annika, Caitlyn proved something the whole sports world really needs to hear. She is not just changing women's basketball. She can step into a completely different sport and fully own the moment in a single day. So I want to know what you really think. Should Caitlyn accept Bryson's invite and play more high-profile golf events? Or should she keep golf as a side project and focus only on the WNBA? If you are still watching, please drop Caitlyn Takes Golf in the comments so I know you made it to the end.
Broken the damn internet, yes again. We have several things to talk about in this one. We have to talk about the Indiana Fever sending a cryptic message to the fans.
While the WNBA.
Last year, Clark played 9 holes with USA star golfer Nelly Korda and another 9 with Annika Sorenstam. Quote, "It was an honor to play in the Pro-Am with Caitlyn last year. The crowds were amazing, and we are excited for her to return to the Annika in November," Sorenstam said in a statement. "She added such a great dynamic to our event, and her passion for golf and competitiveness were fun to witness firsthand. I look forward to having her back and continuing to introduce the great game of golf to the next generation."
They said the hype was all over, that the injuries, the immense pressure, the non-stop spotlight had finally caught up with Caitlyn Clark. For so many months, her name lived more in debate shows and comment sections than on any basketball court, but on a quiet Florida morning, far from any WNBA arena, Caitlyn walked onto the first tee at the Annika Pro-Am and gave every single doubter something they did not expect at all. This was supposed to be a casual hit out, smile for a few photos, hit a few safe shots, wave to the crowd, and then go home. Instead, it became her first real test since her WNBA season ended back in July. No trainer's table, no minutes restriction, just a single tee box, LPGA legends, and thousands of fans leaning over the ropes to see if the superstar still had it. You have to understand exactly why this round mattered. Caitlyn hadn't played in a true competitive setting for months. Growing ankle issues had shut her down. People questioned her durability, her deep focus, even whether the Caitlyn Clark era had already peaked. Others had complained that she was doing too much off the court, chasing appearances instead of locking in on her game. And yet here she was, invited back to one of the premier weeks in all women's golf. The Annika, driven by Gainbridge at Pelican Golf Club, a really serious LPGA stop hosted by Annika Sorenstam herself, and now a WNBA rookie stepping into that world with every single camera pointed straight at her. Her pairing said absolutely everything. Caitlyn wasn't hidden in a quiet group on the back 9. She was with Nelly Korda, world number 2 and defending champion, Annika hosting, Golf Channel covering every last swing, and right beside her, Indiana Fever teammates Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Hull in their caddy bibs, turning a Pro-Am tee sheet into a mini WNBA reunion on grass. When she stepped up to that first tee, it was so early, but it didn't feel sleepy at all. The gallery was packed with many kids in Fever jerseys and Iowa shirts. Phones up, all cameras rolling. This didn't look like a relaxed Wednesday. It looked like a mini major built all around one player. Everyone wanted to know what that first swing would look like. A little rusty? Tight? A bit nervous? Caitlyn took the club back, turned on through, and sent a solid drive into the fairway. On her very first hole, she hit the green in regulation. No sheer fluke, no bailout. Just a smooth, controlled shot that said, the great athlete is still very real. But it wasn't perfect, and that is exactly the point. She left a long putt short, and you could see that competitive flash. This wasn't a happy to be here cameo. She was clearly annoyed at the miss, even in a Pro-Am. The touch just needed to come back, but that fire never left. As the round went on, the cameras caught something even more important. Caitlyn wasn't just swinging away and laughing it off. She was learning everything on the fly. After a few tee shots leaked right, Nelly Korda's coach, Jamie Mulligan, stepped in with a bit of swing advice. Caitlyn listened intently, talked about swinging too fast, trying to smash the ball, needing to slow down and trust the motion. On the very next tee, she hit her absolute best drive of the day, balanced, so smooth, right out of the center. That tiny sequence said every different sport, but same elite wiring. She can absorb coaching in mere seconds, make an adjustment, and execute under pressure. Golf Channel even mentioned this was the first time since July she'd really felt that same rush again. The focus, the adrenaline, the sense that people weren't just watching her, they were expecting something big from her. On a golf course, with some borrowed clubs, she still wore that same game face. But every big story truly needs one signature moment, and that moment came on the 10th hole. By then, Caitlyn had stitched together plenty of very solid golf, fairways, greens, a better pace on the putts, respectable, so steady, safe. But you don't become Caitlyn Clark by just being safe. She needed something that felt like a true highlight. Standing off the green on 10, she looked at a long putt and joked she needed to drop one so the crowd could go crazy. Call it raw confidence, call it real pressure. Either way, she stepped over the ball, rolled it absolutely perfectly, and buried it. Center of the cup. The gallery just exploded. It wasn't polite applause. It was a genuine roar.
Quote, I had an amazing time at the Annika last November and participating in the Pro-Am along Nelly Korda and Annika Sorenstam, two of the best in the game, Clark said in a statement. I'm honored to be an ambassador for a company in Gainbridge that is so committed to elevating women's sports. I can't wait to return to Tampa in November to play in the Pro-Am with the best women golfers in the world.
Kids screaming, adults cheering, broadcasters laughing at how on brand it was for Caitlyn Clark to basically call her shot in a new sport and then hit it. In that 1 second, the putt became the golf version of a logo 3. Same calm follow through, same very easy walk to pick up the ball, same look that said, yeah, I always knew that was going in. Around her, the day kept feeding the cameras moments. Sophie Cunningham stepped up on a tee, swung so hard, and accidentally drilled a fan in the gallery. Total chaos for a quick heartbeat. She rushed over, checked they were okay, signed a ball, hugged them, and turned a big scare into a story they'll tell forever. Lexi Hull followed with a much better drive, drawing some cheers and smiles. These little scenes showed something much deeper. They showed the real chemistry of the Fever outside of the hardwood. They showed how much joy and raw personality Caitlyn drags into every single environment. This wasn't just a Pro-Am group. It really felt like a traveling show built around her whole presence. And people inside golf all noticed. Nelly Korda said that first tee scene felt like something out of a book. She talked about how crazy it was to see that many people out for a midweek Pro-Am just because Caitlyn Clark was there. Annika Sorenstam spoke about how valuable it is to have an athlete like Caitlyn bring her audience into women's golf and how much that crossover can truly grow the game. That's the part the doubters never quite fully understood. They said she was a huge distraction. They complained about the commercials, appearances, golf events. They wanted her to pick just one lane and stay in it. But this is the main lane. Caitlyn isn't just a simple point guard. She is a force that amplifies whatever game she walks into. While all critics questioned her focus, she was out here doing 3 things at once, showing she's healthy enough to compete once again, respecting another sport by playing at a solid level after many months away from golf, and using her platform to shine a much bigger light on women's sport. After the round, Caitlyn talked about feeling 100% healthy again. No excuses, no still working back, just total excitement to compete again, on grass now, and very soon on hardwood. With international duties and another WNBA season ahead, the message was quite simple. Her body is fully back, and so is her edge. That's why this little round wasn't little at all. It wasn't just about scorecards, new formats, or Pro-Am prizes. It was about reminding everyone that even when she steps away, the magnetic pull doesn't fade. She can disappear from the court, show up at a golf event, and instantly turn it into must-see TV. If this is Caitlyn Clark when she's supposedly rusty, just imagine her back in a packed arena with a ball in her hands and a full whole season in front of her. The doubters aren't just wrong, they are very late. From a nervous opening swing on a crowded first tee, to a called shot bomb on the 10th that sent the crowd into a big frenzy, Caitlyn Clark turned a quiet Wednesday Pro-Am into another big chapter in her comeback story. The sport was different, the stakes were a bit softer, but the message was loud. If you're still watching, please drop Annika comeback in the comments so we know you're riding with Caitlyn all the way back.
Oh! This is making me nervous. Cutting hair! Yeah, guys, come on! Yeah! Let's go! Oh, is that bad? Guys, I can't say that. Is that bad? No, good. Oh no! Oh no! You got it, girl. Happy Gilmore. Oh my God! Man down! Man down! He's down! Woo. I'm so sorry! Don't hit anyone, Lexi. I'll try not to, thank you. Don't break my driver now. Yep. It's important.
We have to talk about Indiana Fever sending a cryptic message to the fans while releasing struggles to protect its biggest star as the LPGA just rolled out the red carpet. Cameras were flashing, fans cheering, sponsors lining up, and all of it for a basketball player. Caitlyn Clark didn't even need to say a single word. Her golf swing just exposed exactly how all superstars should be treated. But how did a league she doesn't even play for do what the WNBA simply couldn't? Let's break down how the LPGA turned Caitlyn Clark into their biggest headline and what that truly says about women's sports right now. When Caitlyn Clark returned to the Annika, driven by Gainbridge Pro-Am at Pelican Golf Club in Florida, no one expected what came next. What was supposed to be a friendly off-season appearance turned into a huge global spectacle. Ticket sales didn't just rise, they multiplied some 12 times over. 34 million social media impressions in a single week. Golf fans, basketball fans, even the casual sports watchers, everyone wanted to see Caitlyn Clark swing a club. Pelican Golf Club's chief operating officer said it best. He said, "This is one of the most talked about women's golf tournaments ever. The numbers are just staggering. Last year's tournament already proved Caitlyn's powerful magnetism. This year, it's just pure madness." Crowds in Iowa and Fever jerseys line the fairways, chanting her name as if it were a Final Four game. And she's not even a professional golfer. The LPGA knew precisely what they were doing. They paired her with golf royalty, world #1 Nelly Corton, and the 10-time major champion Annika Sorenstam. The goal wasn't just to fill seats. It was to make a clear statement. Women's sports could be exciting, very glamorous, and profitable all at once. If you treat your stars just right, and they didn't just treat Caitlyn right, they truly celebrated her. Nelly Corton said it was like playing with a close friend. She's so relaxed, confident, and just really enjoying herself. Annika Sorenstam then added, "She's super mature for 22, handles herself so well, and says all the right things. She brought wonderful energy and fun to our event."
You can't make it up.
The solo clap.
Oh, let's go. Real
Did
deal.
they see you? Yeah. Okay.
So unserious. Did you put snacks in? Yeah. You guys want to get out here and get some? Hit it hard. We're here to You guys look like you're literally about to say that. Hello.
Was steady. And sometimes that's exactly what a roster needs. Someone who doesn't need to be the star, but refuses to let her teammates stand alone.
For the LPGA, Caitlyn wasn't at all an outsider. She was a total gift. a reason to bring millions of new eyes to their beloved sport, and the organization made sure she felt valued every single step of the way. Meanwhile, back in the WNBA, the overall contrast couldn't be sharper. While the LPGA broadcast her Pro-Am nationally in prime time, the WNBA often hides her post-game pressers behind some low-traffic clips. While the LPGA built an entire event around Caitlyn Clark, the WNBA seems terrified of admitting just how much she matters. Remember, this is the same exact player who increased WNBA attendance by over 300%, boosted national viewership by double digits, and became the league's top jersey seller, yet she still earns just $78,000 a year. And instead of celebrating all that, too many voices inside the league questioned the hype, downplayed her full impact, or worse, targeted her physically on the court. While the WNBA worried about having control, the LPGA embraced the opportunity. LPGA executives built entire campaigns around her. They promoted her in every single highlight reel. They let her be the main headline. The commissioner even called her a once-in-a-generation crossover star who brings incredible energy wherever she may go. That's the real difference. The LPGA saw what the WNBA still refuses to fully see, that Caitlyn Clark isn't competition. She is complete transformation, and the results all speak for themselves. The Pro-Am was a total sellout. Fans drove from multiple states just to catch a quick glimpse of her practice swing. ESPN and Golf Channel covered her every move, and even the top pros couldn't hide their admiration. Players like Lilia Vo, Andrea Lee, and Megan Kong all rushed to meet her after their long rounds. It wasn't jealousy, it was pure celebration. That's what true support really looks like. And outside the fairways, other celebrities noticed too. Tiger Woods praised her great impact. LeBron James called her truly special. Chris Evert said the WNBA should appreciate her for what she is, the best thing that's ever happened to women's basketball. Paige Spiranak went viral after tweeting, "The hate toward Caitlyn Clark from some players is just disappointing. Women can be vicious while they preach empowerment. The LPGA gets it. They're letting her fully shine. This is the new turning point." While one league struggles with its resentment, another has unlocked the formula for growth, respect, visibility, and total value. Caitlyn's appearance didn't just move tickets, it proved a much larger truth. Audiences want to see women's sports succeed, but they respond to how those great athletes are treated. The LPGA gave her cameras, prime coverage, and a lot of gratitude. The WNBA gave her bruises, harsh backlash, and silence. That's not any bitterness. That's just the reality. And the big irony, Caitlyn never asked for any special treatment. She just keeps showing up so humble, calm, and focused. And the world follows her around anyway, because fans don't fall in love with any leagues. They fall in love with specific people. And that's what the LPGA understood instantly. As Caitlyn stepped onto the Pelican fairways this November, surrounded by thousands of cheering fans, she didn't look like someone fighting for her validation. She looked like someone who had already fully won. No drama, absolutely no controversy, just pure respect. It was the perfect visual metaphor. A basketball star outshining pros in a completely different sport. Not because she demanded it, but because she earned it all. The LPGA's red carpet treatment wasn't about politics or any publicity. It was about understanding the current moment. They knew that Caitlyn represented something much bigger, the true bridge between women's sports and mainstream culture. Every single camera flash, every fan chant, every single headline proved the same thing. People always crave authenticity and excellence. Caitlyn Clark has plenty of both. Analysts are already calling her LPGA crossover a huge marketing masterclass. A big win for women's sports that the WNBA could have owned if it had only embraced her sooner. And maybe that's the real revelation she exposed. Not just the difference in pay, but the difference in overall respect. The LPGA didn't try to control Caitlyn. They trusted her star power, and it surely worked. Meanwhile, the WNBA is still just trying to manage it, and in doing so, they're losing her spotlight to yet another sport. So while the LPGA celebrates, all basketball fans are left asking a very painful question. What if the WNBA treated Caitlyn Clark the exact same way? Because in one weekend, a A simple golf tournament showed the world what real support truly looks like and reminded everyone that respect will always drive the game forward. Caitlyn Clark didn't call anyone out at all. She didn't demand any headline. She simply proved what happens when greatness is appreciated instead of being controlled, and that's the biggest exposure of all. If you're still watching, please drop Team Clark in the comments, because no one changes the game quite like Caitlyn Clark.